In 2018, a set of 4 used wheels sold for $10,000. Not gold-plated, not diamond-encrusted, just aluminum. These were Nismo LMGT1s, forged by Rays for just 44 cars ever made. Welcome to the world of Volk Racing. For over 4 decades, Volk Racing has set the gold standard for performance wheels. These aren't just rims, they're engineering masterpieces that have won at Le Mans, dominated Super GT, and transformed street cars into legends. Today we're diving deep into how a small Japanese company revolutionized wheel technology, why enthusiasts will pay thousands for authentic Volks, and what makes these wheels so special that counterfeits flood the market. From the founding story to the collector's market, this is the complete history of Volk Racing. 1973, Osaka, Japan. Masumi Shiba founded Rays Company Limited with a simple observation. Japanese racers were stuck with heavy steel wheels or basic cast alloys that cracked under extreme use. The aftermarket desperately needed wheels that were both lightweight and strong enough for serious racing. Operating from modest offices in Higashi, Osaka, Rays Engineering started as a small venture with massive ambitions. The company name Rays came first, but a few years later they launched their flagship line, Volk Racing. Volk means people in German, chosen to evoke community and accessibility. This wasn't about exclusive factory teams. This was about bringing racing technology to the masses. By 1975, Volk released their first product, the Volk Mesh. This 2-piece alloy wheel featured a dense lattice of spokes, capitalizing on the mesh trend popular in that era. It wasn't radically lighter yet, but it signaled Rays' intent to compete with the best. Japanese enthusiasts mounting these on their Fairlady Zs and Skylines were making a statement. 1981 saw Rays organize a dedicated racing division. By 1983, they did something bold, releasing the Volk Spoke, an actual wire-spoke wheel engineered to run tubeless tires. At 7.5 kilograms for a 14-inch wheel, it was still lighter than most competitors. These experiments taught Rays valuable lessons in materials and structure. The true breakthrough came in 1986. Rays acquired a massive 5,500-ton forging press, equipment that could literally stamp aluminum billets into wheel shapes under extreme pressure. This was cutting-edge manufacturing, far beyond typical casting. With this capability, they launched the Volk Racing Group C wheel. Named after the FIA Group C racing class, it featured a bold 5-spoke pattern with distinctive dimples on each spoke. These weren't decorative. They reduced weight while indicating where material could be removed without sacrificing strength. The Group C wheel quickly became a hit among racers. Its forged construction made it one of the first racing wheels available outside ultra-exclusive factory teams. By 1989, Rays had added multiple forging presses and expanded their Yao factory. Japanese street racers and circuit drivers who wanted the best turned to Volk wheels, knowing they came from motorsport-grade engineering. The initial reputation was built on no-compromise quality. Whether it was a lightweight mesh, an advanced hollow spoke, or a forged competition wheel, Volk Racing was earning the trust of drivers who pushed their cars to the limit. The stage was set for global domination. Volk Racing's racing heritage begins with a bang. 1991, the Mazda 7A7B wins the 24 Hours of Le Mans, becoming the first and only Japanese car to take overall victory. The wheels made by Rays. This wasn't just any race. Le Mans is the ultimate test of endurance and performance. For a Japanese wheel maker to be part of this historic victory was massive. Volk Racing could forever claim their wheels survived and won at the world's most demanding race. Throughout the 1990s, Volk Racing wheels became fixtures on winning race cars. Rays established relationships with factory teams from Nissan, Honda, Toyota, and Mazda. In the Japanese Touring Car Championship, when the R32 Skyline GTR earned its Godzilla nickname through domination, it rolled on Rays wheels. Formula Nippon, JGTC, later Super GT. Rays wheels were everywhere in the pit lane. They even supplied wheels to Williams F1, highlighting how a brand from Osaka was now trusted at motorsport's pinnacle. The late 1990s and early 2000s saw Volk's TE37 wheels dominate Super GT. In the GT 500 class, the TE37 became the go-to choice. The 2001 championship-winning Raybrig NSX, the legendary Denso Sard Supra, all running Ray's Volk Racing center lock wheels. Teams chose them not just for weight savings, but because they survived brutal conditions: high speeds, curbing, extreme brake heat. Walk the paddock in those years, and Volk racing wheels were practically standard equipment on the fastest cars. If the best GT cars in Japan trust Volk at 300 km per hour, they're certainly good enough for the street. Volk's racing heritage extends beyond circuits. In Formula D and D1 Grand Prix drifting, wheels face unique stress: constant high-angle slides, violent curb impacts. Drivers discovered Volk's forged wheels could survive hits that would shatter lesser products. Time attack competitions, Touge mountain runs, drag racing, wherever performance mattered, Volk was there. Ray's also manufactures wheels for automakers' in-house tuner divisions: Nismo, STI, Mugen, TRD. The 1997 Nismo 400R, limited to just 44 units, came with Nismo LM-GT1 wheels forged by Ray's. These collaborations meant street cars came from the factory with racing-proven Volk technology. Let's talk about legends. The TE37, launched in 1996, revolutionized wheel design. Ray's first one-piece forged aluminum wheel. The name tells the story: TE for Touring Evolution, 37 for its weight of 3.7 kilograms in 15-inch size. That was astonishingly light for the mid-90s. The design is timeless: 6 spokes with subtle concave face, carefully profiled to disperse stress evenly. Ray's used proprietary mold form forging, aligning the aluminum grain along the spokes like a samurai sword. The result? A wheel that could take a beating despite minimal mass. The iconic matte bronze finish? That wasn't paint. It was anodizing with no coating to save weight. That bronze look became Volk's signature. Pro drivers and tuners immediately embraced the TE37. Here was a wheel that improved lap times by shedding kilos of unsprung weight without cracking under abuse. The TE37 became legendary on Japanese sports cars, especially the Nissan Skyline GTR. Ray's even made a special 18 by 9.5 plus 12 offset specifically for the all-wheel drive Skyline. Today, whether on a Honda Civic or a supercar, TE37s command instant respect. Over the years, Ray's introduced variants: TE37 SL with drilled spokes, TE37 Ultra for larger sizes, TE37 Saga in 2016 with updated engineering. Through it all, the 6-spoke identity remains. The CE28N followed as the featherweight champion. 10 ultra-slim spokes engineered for maximum weight reduction. A 15-ounce 7 CE28N weighs roughly 3.5 kilograms, even lighter than a TE37. Despite the delicate appearance, these spokes are purpose-built, improving brake cooling and distributing forces perfectly. Many consider it one of the prettiest Volk designs. That motorsport aesthetic appeals to both show cars and track weapons. You'll find CE28Ns on everything from time attack Honda S 2000s to show-winning builds. Even decades later, Ray's continues producing special editions like Club Racer versions. The Group C from 1986 deserves special mention. Those distinctive dimples on the 5 spokes became its signature. Used on actual Group C race cars, it proved Ray's forging technology had arrived on the world stage. Street versions appeared on Toyota Supras, Mazda RX-7s, and early Skyline GTRs. Original Group C wheels are now collector's items. So beloved was the design that Ray's launched the Volk 21C in 2021, a modern tribute with those same dimpled spokes but using latest one-piece forging. Then there's the modern ZE40 from 2014. 10 spokes with advanced weight-saving pockets and ridges. Built for contemporary high-performance cars that are heavier and more powerful. The deep concave on wide sizes tapped into modern aesthetics while maintaining Volk's performance focus. What makes Volk racing wheels special starts with how they're made. Forging versus casting, that's the key difference. Ray's uses massive hydraulic presses, 6,000 tons, 8,000 tons, even a 10,000-ton press. They take solid aluminum billets and apply extreme pressure while hot, creating aligned grain flow like forging a sword. This gives immense strength relative to weight. The process has 7 major stages. Hot forging creates the basic shape. Then Ray's proprietary RM forging forms the spokes and details, maintaining grain flow throughout. Cold spinning shapes the rim precisely. Heat treatment and quenching optimize strength. Precision machining ensures perfect tolerances. Shot blasting smooths surfaces. Finally, anodizing or painting provides the finish. Quality control at Ray's goes beyond industry standards. Every wheel meets JWL and VIA certification, but Ray's created their own JWL plus R Spec 2 standard with even harsher testing. They'll spin a wheel at high speed and drop heavy loads to simulate pothole impacts. X-ray inspection checks for internal voids. Only perfect wheels get the official Volk Racing stickers and serial numbers. Modern Volk wheels include authenticity holograms and sometimes RFID chips to fight counterfeits. Details like knurled bead seats prevent tire slip under extreme torque. The inner rim flanges are over-engineered for strength. This is why Volk wheels often survive impacts that would shatter cast wheels. When you buy Volk, you're getting wheels built to survive racing abuse. Volk Racing's design philosophy is simple. Function first, but never ugly. Every curve, every cutout serves a purpose. The TE37's 6 spokes, deliberately engineered to disperse stress efficiently while providing brake clearance and cooling airflow. Those dimples on the Group C, weight reduction without sacrificing strength. The ridges on ZE40 spokes, FEA optimization to cut grams while maintaining rigidity. Even color choices are functional. That famous bronze isn't paint, it's anodizing that saves weight. Authentic Volk wheels have telltale signs. Look for Ray's, Volk Racing, and Made in Japan cast into the wheel. Check for the Ray's spec sticker with hologram on the barrel. Modern wheels have laser-etched serial numbers. The spoke shapes are precise. Fakes often get the curves slightly wrong. Weight tells the truth. Genuine Volks are significantly lighter than replicas. Volk Racing transcended product status to become cultural currency. In 90s Japan, TE37s on a Skyline GTR or CE28Ns on a Civic Type R became archetypal images in tuning magazines. As JDM culture exploded globally, Volk wheels were the most coveted import. Having Volks at hot import nights meant you didn't cheap out, you went for the best. The phrase TE37 everything became a meme. Drift culture embraced Volk for surviving brutal impacts. D1GP champions ran them. Formula D walls are littered with broken wheels, rarely Volks. Even Euro and exotic scenes adopted them. Porsche GT3s on TE37 Ultras. BMW M3s on CE28s. The wheels cross cultural boundaries because performance is a universal language. Online forums spread the gospel. Weight comparisons, lap time improvements, authentication guides. Owning real Volks became a rite of passage. Start with replicas, eventually save for the real deal. It's a proud moment posting unboxing pics of new TE37s. Movies like Tokyo Drift showcased them globally. Video games let millions customize virtual cars with Volk wheels. Ray's fan. Meeting events in Japan draw hundreds of owners showing their builds. Different scenes adopted different models. Time Attack Warriors run TE37s and ZE40s. Show cars sport limited editions. Even Tesla Model 3 owners mount bronze TE37s for that JDM aesthetic. Volk became the universal language of serious intent. The collector market for Volk wheels is booming. Discontinued models like original Group C wheels or early 2000s GT series command premiums. Limited editions sell out instantly and appreciate. Those Nismo LM GT1 wheels we mentioned. Only made for 44 cars, now worth $8,000 to $10,000 per set. Even common models hold value remarkably. Buy new TE37s for $3,500, use them carefully, sell for $2,500 to $3,000. Compare that to cast wheels that depreciate to scrap value. Authentication is crucial. Check for cast markings. Raise, made in Japan, proper model stamps. Original Raise stickers with holograms. Weight is a giveaway. Fakes are heavier. Condition matters. Original finish beats repaints. Mint sets with original stickers intact command top dollar. Online communities drive the market. Want to buy posts span continents. Specialized services like threepiece.us authenticate, source, and restore rare Volks. They'll rebuild multi-piece wheels with custom specs or find that exact discontinued model. Professional restoration can bring rough wheels back to life, though many collectors prefer original patina. As JDM car values skyrocket, period-correct wheels follow. An R34 GTR owner will pay premiums for the exact 18 by 9.5 plus 12 bronze TE37s that defined the era. Some collectors display rare wheels as art. The emotional connection runs deep. Enthusiasts keep favorite wheels through multiple cars. Selling the car but keeping the Volks for the next project. Modern Volk racing continues evolving. The TE37 saga arrived in 2016, re-engineered for heavier, more powerful contemporary cars. New forging molds, updated alloys, 4% stronger, same iconic look. For purists, the TE37V serves vintage fitments. The ZE40 targets modern performance. G-Series wheels like the G25 bring aerospace-inspired multi-spoke designs. The NE24 with 24 spokes handles heavy European performance sedans. Raise expanded to trucks and SUVs with TE37 large PCD for Land Cruisers and Tacomas. Retro modern designs like the 21C Resurrect Classic looks with cutting-edge tech. Limited editions keep collectors engaged. Time attack stripes, black editions, anniversary models. Volk Racing's legacy is transforming an entire industry. Before Volk popularized forged wheels for street cars, heavy cast wheels were the norm. They proved you could have lighter and stronger. No compromise needed. That racing DNA never left. From Le Mans 1991 to today's Super GT, Volk wheels keep winning. Technology developed for racing flows directly to consumer products. The brand transcended product status. TE37 is spoken with the same reverence as legendary engines or iconic cars. Owning Volks is a statement. You understand performance, appreciate heritage, refuse to compromise. Looking forward, Volk Racing stands ready for automotive evolution. Electric vehicles need lightweight wheels more than ever. New materials, new challenges. Raise will adapt as they always have. Continuous updates to flagship models prove they won't coast on reputation. The philosophy remains unchanged. The concept is racing. Whether it's a vintage AE86 or a cutting-edge hypercar, there's a Volk wheel engineered for it. After 50 years, Volk Racing sits at the pinnacle, often imitated, never equaled. From that small Osaka workshop to global icon, they've earned every bit of respect through relentless innovation and uncompromising quality. Volk Racing isn't just a wheel brand, it's a benchmark, a status symbol, and a piece of motorsport history you can bolt to your car. Want authentic wheels with real racing heritage? Check out threepiece.us for genuine Volk Racing wheels and expert authentication. Subscribe for more automotive histories and drop a comment. What Volk wheel is your dream set?